Hey everyone, this is Clara Lawrence. I thought I'd do a little bit of playtime here. Um, so I thought I'd try out something that seems to be going around lately. I don't know if you call it smash painting, squish painting. I don't know, not worried about it. But it sounded a little fun, but I wanted to try and do kind of a plan. I'm just going to call it squish, just because it sounds more fun. Anyway, I'm using resin. I'm not using acrylic painting. And these are pre-gessoed panels. I believe the size is about either a 6x6. Yeah, I think they're a 6x6. Looking at my hand size. And I want to give both of them a good coating of resin before I start adding the colors. And what I've done here is I've done a little bit of clear and a little bit of white. If the white happens to not go full coverage, not worried about it too much because the gesso boards are a little off white. So sometimes I can create a really interesting pattern in the background, very subtle, but really kind of cool, and an extra layer of depth. So each one's getting a nice coating. Then I'm going to start piling up the colors on only one panel. And then, if I can keep it in my hands, that is. And then after that, I'll lay the other one face down onto it. It's that old premise, when a piece of bread falls on the floor, it's always going to land gooey side down. I'm putting the gooey sides together. And then when you pull them apart, you get a pattern. So when I pull these guys apart, I'm going to intentionally go from one direction to the other. And it's going to be really tricky because they kind of stick together like suction cups. So we're going to hopefully do this with grace. I don't know. But the end result is hopefully going to be butterfly wing-ish of an effect. That's the theory. So let's see how this goes. I used a bunch of brights. I believe I did this after I was done with another painting. And I had a bunch of colors with also the intent of doing this. So I did a couple bonus colors. And I'll put the colors at the end of the video. So always look for that. I try to do that. If I'm using colors during my painting, I'll try and take a still shot when I'm all said and done and put that at the end of my video so that way you can pause the video and note down what colors you're interested in, because you never know. It might be that green or it might be that yellow, this video, but for another person it could be a completely different color they're interested in. So that way you can pick and choose. And I'll also leave the links down in the description below. So I'm using my favorite resin, and this is Stone Coat Art Coat resin. And then I've let this set for a little bit and hit it with the torch just to get rid of bubbles. So let's see what kind of colors I end up with. So the one closest to me is probably going to be the one where I actually end up pouring the colors on. I've got, if I remember right, I've got two fluorescent colors. Clearly that's a fluorescent. And then one of the colors, that's the mango, I believe, from Just Resin there. And one of them I've added a little bit of an iridescent or an interference shimmer from Color Arts, part of her bling collection. I love those colors. And then just a little bit of gold. Just to get rid of the bubbles. And then I'm about to do the magic. Okay, we're combining the panels here, putting a little pressure on the top so we have good contact, and pull it away from one edge towards the other. Not quite as much color as I'd like it to be. So, what are we going to do with this? Add more color, more stuff. question is what color do I pick up? I believe it was some white. Nope, I went for the pink. I videotaped this a couple of weeks ago, and a lot has happened, so I'm trying to remember what I did. So I'm trying to give these guys a similar appearance, but clearly they're not. Okay, honestly it looks like a big old hot mess right now. How am I going to salvage this? So creating some cells will offer a lot of visual interest and kind of give some direction and flow to it. Now that looks like some progress. Alright, that's something I could definitely work with. Now I've done this video in 2 parts. There's another part that's coming out where I've actually taken this and added a second layer to it. And it really brought the piece together. So watch the whole thing because you'll see how the progress of this particular pour becomes the other one. And if you ever get into a pickle of something not quite working how you want it, or even like in the direction but it needs more, sometimes it's fun to watch another artist work and go through their problem solving. So I've got colors in here, they're going a little bit more the way I want, and now I'm just putting some gold in there to kind of help direct the eye. Because as you can see in the painting on the left side, some cells are starting to develop, and on the right side it'll probably happen as well. Most likely the left side will be a little bit more dramatic with the cells than the right. But I have a feeling there's not going to be too many cells in between both of them. And that's okay, because sometimes I don't like a lot of cells. Sometimes I like a lot of color. If you guys know me by now, I like my brights. They're just fun. Alright everybody, I think this is it on this particular pour here. So, you guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this, but more importantly hit the bell so you get notified whenever I put another video up, and especially part 2 if you really like how this is going, because I really like how part 2 came out. So, anyway, look at the end of the videos for the colors I use because they're definitely there. And I'll see y'all guys later. Bye!